Aurora was actually started just a bunch of friends. We wanted to use our education, I guess, to actually start making games.
Team Aurora is a group of individuals who go to Champlain College, students.
We're only sophomores in college and we're trying to make a really big project so we can step up in the real world.
We have our crew, have a couple of programmers, a couple of artists, and a couple of designers, and we're just trying to get it off the ground.
Our game, Gray, is named because of the idea that not all things are black and white, and there's always two sides to a story.
We could have made like a simple game that was just like a fun mechanic and it would be fun to play, but we wanted to kind of tell a story that we felt hadn't really been told before and try and make a game that really hadn't been made before.
You face this war between good and evil, and maybe it's not always good and evil. Maybe there are multiple sides to the story, and that's up to the player to discover on their own as they work through the game.
There are after effects. There are things that happen because of your actions, and we want to target that with Gray.
Gameplay-wise, it's very similar to Legend of Zelda, top-down, tile-based action RPG.
One thing that we really want to focus on is combat and making it fun, so you're not playing through a game and the whole game is just pushing one button just to kill every enemy. We want to kind of have a really fun gameplay element while also a very unique story.
Team Aurora meets every other Sunday, and we basically have a scrum where we get up and talk about what we've done so far, what we're going to be doing, what we plan to do in the future.
Basically say whether we need change in any of the art, any of the designs, if the designs have any flaws, perfect what isn't perfected, and then do what isn't done.
Me and Chris split the responsibilities, so he would do like a creature and I would do the main character, and we'll just keep going back and forth doing creatures and like other characters and buildings and ground assets. Now it's going well.
We decided to start off early instead of just waiting for us to graduate. We're like, all right, I mean, we have the tools, why not just start making a game now?
As a Champlain College student, I pretty much have access to any program I want. I use Photoshop, Illustrator, Flash, Maya, ZBrush, 3D Coat, Enduo 2, XNormal, and all these programs we get taught pretty extensively, and having the knowledge to use those and just use them whenever you want is pretty powerful.
Champlain makes you a major that is about what you want to do, and they put you right into a job for it.
I work at the Emergent Media Center, programming there. I make games in my classes, and I program with my friends in my free time, and I don't think that'd be possible at any other school. Working with other people is really inspiring because, you know, you could have an idea that you think is good, and then someone will come up to you and be like, oh, well that idea is great, but what if we moved it in this direction? And then you're like, oh, well that's also a really good idea. And that's kind of how Team Aurora got started.
Being at Champlain has showed me that there's more to love about video games than just the classic AAA titles that you see every day, like Call of Duty and Gears of War. There's a lot to be found in the indie game genre, and working with a bunch of my classmates on an indie game and in like our own self-made indie game studio has been one of the most amazing experiences that I've done here so far.
Burlington's an amazing city. Everything about it is just great. I know that every friend that comes here and visits me just says, wow, this place is amazing. Like, I wish I came here because Burlington's such a cool city, and it's just like a great place to draw inspiration for me as an artist.
The greatest thing about Burlington is the food. I love eating, and Burlington has no shortage of like really amazing restaurants.
I really like Alibaba's Kebab Shop. Nobody goes there. Nobody's heard of it. And that's the craziest part about it. And it's so good.
I love Burlington. I love the people around here.
I just couldn't see myself going anywhere else, so I had to come here.
On behalf of all the programmers on Team Aurora, we'd like to thank some of our professors at Champlain College. We'd like to thank Professor Pyle, Professor Chen, Professor Lawson for all the skills they've helped us acquire throughout these last couple semesters, and definitely teaching us to be better programmers and use better structure in our games and just keep everything usable and nice as possible. Thank you.
We would also like to thank the game production teachers, Professor Manley and Professor Ware. through that process, we got to learn how to work as a team better and learn how developing games work.
We'd also like to give a nice shout out to the design teachers in general, but especially Dev Jana, who helped us a great amount, and he's a really great professor, a really great guy. Gave us a lot of feedback and input that really contributed to our team.
And we'd also like to thank the art teachers, Joanne Patel, Bob Selby, and Nick Maltuma. They were really great in helping us develop our art skills and really learn how to create great looking products. So.
And then a big thanks overall to Champlain College for bringing us all together and creating a very active environment for us to develop our skills and continue production of Gray, and for helping us be Team Aurora.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.